Back with you for another video. This is something that has become a little bit of a tradition over the past handful of years for me to do a rendition of American Pie. Um, and, I mean, I could just learn a Buddy Holly song or something too, but this song always just means a lot to me. So when I was in fourth grade, which was but 20 years ago already, 20, 21 years ago, um, we, with my substitute teacher, Mr. Kiefer, who was better than any full-time teacher that I had in fourth grade, one day brought in his guitar and played American Pie for us. And, similar to my obsession with Dylan, that didn't necessarily like spark it in terms of like, oh, I know every single thing that they're talking about. But it was just cool because, this guy was playing guitar, coming in and playing guitar. Um, and so that kind of sparked maybe even my love of, music trivia and all of that stuff. It's a very poetic song in that regard. So this is American Pie, and for those of you who don't know, it was kind of sparked by the plane crash that killed Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. And Richie Valens was 18 at the time. Buddy Holly was 22, and the Big Bopper was, I think, 25. Um, and so if you do the math, it's 64 years later. So Buddy Holly would now be 86 years old. Um, Richie Valens would now be, let's see, what would that be? 82. And then the Big Bopper would be, 89 at this point, and or 90 actually. He'd be no 89. It would be. Anyway, that is quite something to think about, and lost way too soon, but some awesome, awesome music. And one of the reasons why American Pie fascinates me is because it kind of talks about how, everything kind of went downhill from there. And, it's a little bit more poetic than true, but, there definitely has been a lot of strange stuff that happened in music since, um, their passing. And so, without further ado, to quote a good friend of mine, this is American Pie, and I hope you enjoy it. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I delivered. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died. So bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys was drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die." Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so. Now do you believe in rock and roll and music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage bronc buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck. But I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. We were singing bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Now for 10 years we've been on Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone. But that's not how it used to be. When the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, in a voice that it came from you and me. Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. The courtroom was adjourned. No verdict was returned, and while Lenin read a book on Mars, the quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark the day the music died. We were singing bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Helter skelter in a summer swelter, birds flew off in a fallout shelter. 8 miles high and falling fast. It landed foul on the grass, and the players trying for a forward pass, with the jester on the sidelines in a cast. And at halftime there was sweet perfume, while the sergeants played a marching tune. We all got up to dance, but we never got the chance. And while the players trying to take the field, the marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was revealed the day the music died? We were singing bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. And then we were all in one place, a generation lost in space, with no time left to start again. So come on, Jack, be nimble, Jack, be quick. Jack Flash sat on a candlestick, 'cause fire is the devil's only friend. And as I watched him on the stage, my hands were clenched in fists of rage. No angel born in hell could bring that Satan spell. And as the planes climbed high into the night, to light the sacrificial rite. I saw Satan laughing with delight the day the music died. We were singing bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. I met a girl who sang the blues, and I asked her for some happy news, but she just smiled and turned away. So I went down to the cigarette store where I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wouldn't play. But in the streets the children screamed, the lovers cried, and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken, and the three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they caught the last train for the coast the day the music died. And we were singing by my Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. They were singing bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. All right, and that was American Pie. A couple rough patches in there. For 10 years we've been on our own. I always get that verse confused with the and there we were all in one place. But that's that. I really enjoy playing that song every year, and I hope no matter how it turns out, you guys still enjoy it. I'm going to do something slightly different this year in addition to playing this song like I always do, because I've actually started doing song analysis videos through the Memphis Songwriters Association. And so I'm actually going to analyze American Pie in a separate video, talking American Pie. And of course, that's the song, not the movie, but they do mention levies, not levies. So that's kind of how you can tell the difference. But anyway, that's going to be a video that's coming up very shortly. So make sure that you watch out for that. And as always, I am Minnesota Mike. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Minnesota Mike, Spotify, iTunes, and of course here on YouTube also as Minnesota Mike.